is the Toyota GR Corolla. This is the core model. This is an all-wheel drive, 5-door hatchback. This thing has a 3-cylinder engine. That's right, 3 cylinders. And it's making 3. Again, this is the core model, so this is going to be the base version. We don't know pricing just yet. They're going to announce that maybe later this year. But you can see that this kind of resembles a Corolla, but it is completely different. It is a lot wider. There's more vents going on. There's 18-inch gloss black wheels. There's also slotted and ventilated rotors. This one has the GR caliper on it, so this has the performance package with it. And up front, up front, we've got that front mount intercooler, and it says GR4 on it. So, and it's very visible. It's huge, and this thing just looks so ridiculous. So you can kind of see the resemblance to the Toyota Corolla there. You've got the lights, but you've got the front bumper there that's completely new, and you've got some brake ducting that seems like it's functional. But if we go around to the side, I don't want to get too close to the cost of it, but you can see there's the functional vents in the back to extract some of that heat from the brake rotors. And then it looks like they've got the door open. Hey Matt, what's going on? Live streaming. All right. We've got Matt Moran. You've seen his YouTube channel before.
Your channel's great too.
Hey, thanks, man. Hey, so let's do a quick interview. What do you think of the GR?
Guys, I just turned into a lot of people. Perfect time. STI dropped out like a few weeks later. This is a perfect solution.
This is now the new all-wheel drive turbo king.
Yeah, it is the half the season we've been for the past 7 years.
Exactly. And this is here. Maybe Subaru got word that companions on the Toyota.
Yeah, just gonna get off out of it.
And you've got some other guys. You've got the Outlaw guys. What's going on, guys? I think it's crazy. I want it right now. It's going to be marked up like this.
I saw him stop, and he was like,
I saw that. I think about it. And I forgot to tell you guys that there is an FD going on if you are in South Beach. Long Beach, California. And, yeah. But anyway, hey, let's talk about it. I mean, this is
the Toyota that all the people have.
absolutely.
Everyone who had an acceptance, the GR86, or rather the FRS came out, right?
Yeah.
And everyone said, well,
it's a
Subaru. I don't really like Subarus, right? Supra comes out years later, and they're like, oh, it's a BMW. Sure, take it, whatever.
Exactly.
This, you can't complain. This is built in the same factory as the LFA, as the 880 Supra.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? This is 100% Toyota.
100% Toyota.
Built for racing.
And it's like,
and it's a little bit sloppy seconds, I will admit. We didn't get the GR Yaris.
that's all right. That's all right.
This thing's cool.
It's probably like some other extenuating circumstances, but
exactly. Honestly, I'll take it. This thing's got everything. It's got the brakes, it's got the LSDs.
And we're looking at the core model right now. So it's got, that one's even nuttier.
Yeah.
So let's walk on over to the circuit model, and we're gonna go over there.
Yeah, that's right.
So here we have the heavy metal color. And so there's a lot of, there's a couple of visual bits that you're gonna have to pay attention to, because look at this roof. That is forged carbon. That is a forged carbon roof that belongs on a Corolla. And it also comes with a big wing. This is unique to the circuit model. Here we got a good look of the 3 exhaust pipes. Why 3? Maybe because it's 3 cylinders, but they did say something about reducing back pressure, so I'm really interested to see how that all actually works. But apparently it works pretty good. So here you can see the extremely wide body. This kind of reminds me of the Veloster MTCR car. This thing is so wide. And right there's Ryan Turk. He was drifting this around, and you can kind of see drift box over here. But yeah, lots of extra visual bits on here. You see the big wing, you see the forged carbon roof, Let's get up close. Let's touch that. Yeah, that's good stuff. And then up front, there's one extra thing. There's also the extra bulge on the hood with some vents. See that this is, I believe it's 14.1 inches. It's both ventilated and slotted. And this comes with the GR calipers, the red calipers. Here you can see the GR4 stamping on the side skirts. And then at the back, we've got 11.7-inch rotors that are slotted only, not ventilated. Or ventilated only, actually. And more red calipers. Take a peek on the inside. This is like your standard fare Toyota. And here we are getting a good look at the seats. So you've got some red contrast stitching on there, more GR badging, and this only comes with a 6-speed manual transmission. And there you see the torque between the front and rear axles. So you could do like 60-40 split for like normal driving. You could do 50-50 split for like about maneuvers. But let's go sit inside. Here's the traditional 8-inch touchscreen, which this looks like to be the older style, but they're going to upgrade this, I think, to the new multimedia system. Again, there's the Morizo signature, and it comes with 3 pedals, and that's the only option that you have. Take a good look at the instrument cluster, and those are all the buttons. Again, plenty of GR badging on here on the steel. Let's go outside.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, situated back here again. So, pricing, we don't know yet because I guess we'll know more later this year. The circuit model, this is going to come out next year in 2023. And this is going to be a limited run, so we don't know how much this is going to be, but obviously the forged carbon roof, that's going to be worth a good chunk of change, and I'm pretty sure that this is going to be very, very limited. But for everyone else, we've got the Core Edition over here. So the Core Edition is going to be available later this year.
See that in the same variable.
And so it doesn't have all the nice visual bits that you find in the circuit model. So this has a more modest lip spoiler. It has a color keyed roof, but it still has that crazy wide body. It's got that free exhaust. It's got the gloss 15-spoke, 18-inch wheels. This is running on 235s. And again, you see the red brake calipers. So again, this has the performance pack. Without the performance pack, you don't get the red calipers, but I still think that you get the same kind of hardware. So here we get a good look at the vents. Yep, functional. How about these vents? That's also functional. And then here we got a good look at the G16E GTS engine. We've got the turbo back there. Apparently the turbo is integrated. It's interesting design for people that want to upgrade theirs. So guys, let me know if you have any questions. I'll try to answer them while I have the vehicle in front of me right now. So put your questions down in the comments. I'll keep live streaming for another few minutes as long as you guys want me to. As long as you guys have questions, write them down. On an engine like this, I got a feeling it's going to be pretty good on the mid-range. So hopefully, I don't know how big the turbo is, but again, the horsepower figures is 300 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. So we'll definitely have to get our hands on this one. to test it out. And yes, legit functioning air hood. You can see it on there for the core model. Again, guys, if you have any questions about this, ask me right now because I am literally in front of the two cars. An actual mechanical e-brake, Joshua said, exactly, yes. Bring those back to all the cars. And Joshua, by the way, this is only available as a manual transmission car. So if you don't know how to drive the manual, you better learn. Thomas says, will you actually be able to find one without paying $5K over sticker? Well, you know, this is going to be available later this year. Who knows what the market's going to be like? My guess is that there's going to be a markup on this one. Maybe not this one, but definitely this one, because this thing is, again, limited run. There's a lot more interesting visual bits on it. It's more exclusive. So Todd says, what's the anticipated MSRP? In the comments below. I have a feeling it's going to be somewhere around 30 maybe for the base, and maybe upwards to 35, and maybe I'm thinking up to 40 now, because just how limited this thing is. Again, that's all before MSRP. Again, guys, if you have any questions, ask them right now because I'm in front of the cars. So let's take a look at both models again, just so we can get all the questions brewing. But yeah, rad, that Circuit Edition is fire. I mean, this thing is amazing. I can't wait to see this. I was gonna own everything, well, relatively speaking. But yeah, let's talk over the specs again. 1.6 liter, 3-cylinder engine, 300 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. This is all-wheel drive, and it comes with a Torsen limited slip differential for the front and the rear axles. So all-wheel drive, turbo car, hot hatchback. There's like not a lot of cars like that anymore. The STI is not coming back. Golf R is the other competition, and also the Subaru WRX, even though that's not really a hot hatch anymore. But this is, you're looking at the hot hatch king right now. You're okay. You're okay. I'm trying to do my live streams. Everyone's getting in front of each other's shots. That's completely okay. And they all have the same engine, 1.6 liter, 3 cylinders. The turbo, I found interesting, is that it's integrated with the exhaust manifold. So for you guys who like to mod it, I don't know what that would actually mean. It might be a more expensive upgrade because there's more parts involved. Mr. Camisa, nice to meet you. How's it going? Good, very good. Good, good. Jason Camisa right here. Attending these events. We just ran to Jason Camisa. He's awesome with the Haggerty stuff, of course. And we also saw Ryan Turk and Ken Bushi. They were driving these cars out, and I think Ryan Turk may have stalled it a little bit, but that's okay. Yep, it's a hot hatch. Oh, leave it open? Regular Corolla truck? Yeah, regular Corolla truck, yeah. Uninspired. It's hot hatch verified. It does have a hatch. Yeah, it has a hatch. Yeah. Give it that blue check mark. So Scott says, what do you think of the interior? I mean, it's very standard. It's very standard. Want to go in? Yeah. Go for it. It's very standard Corolla. It's got like some extra suede materials on there.
Awesome.
So it is more, by the way, that's Jared Rosenholtz of Carbuzz. So he's doing his thing too. But yeah, we've got some contrast stitching here. Suede surfaces, I suppose. There you see the mechanical handbrake, 6-speed manual transmission. That's got the special signature on it. That is only available for the launch year. So, and then let's take a look at the instrument cluster. So Jorge is asking, what's the horsepower? Horsepower is 300. and that's coming out of a 3-cylinder. Let's take a good close look at the wheels. So 15 spokes. I'm not gonna, this is running on the Michelin PS4S tires, and it's sized 235. And just all right. So now let's go back. And look at all these people here. We've got Sofian from Redline Reviews. We've got Jason Camisa. We've got the TFL guys over there. This is like the entirety of the YouTube automotive industry isn't here. So while Sofian's doing his thing, I'm not going to interrupt, but I will take a look at from afar. Here you can see again that front bumper. It looks completely different than the Toyota Corolla, of course. It's got like a bigger gaping ball, and if you look, you don't have to look very hard, but you can see the front mount intercooler on there. It says GR4 on it. And then right beside it, you've got the 2 LED bulbs and of course the GR badging. The GR badge, that means that this is the 3rd GR vehicle in Toyota's lineup. Of course, you've got the first one, which is the GR86, or actually no, the GR Supra. And then last year, the GR86 came out, and then now we've got the GR Corolla. That's the 3 vehicles that you're going to see. And another interesting announcement that Toyota just made is that they're going to come out with a brand specific racing league. So they're going to have the GR Cup, and it's going to have just these GR cars, and it's going to be really interesting as the league unfolds. But yeah, just look at the front 3/4 shot of this car. I mean, this thing looks so ridiculous. The fenders are just so wide, and you see those functional vents. The Circuit Edition, you can see the vents on the hood, but not on the Core Edition. Five doors, obviously, so very utilitarian. I personally have a Veloster N, which is I guess you could call it a 4-door, but basically it has 3 actual doors and a hatch, and I am missing that luxurious 4th door. It's a really good deal. But let's take a look at the back end of the Core Edition. So you've got the 3 tailpipes. Again, apparently one of them is supposed to reduce like the back pressure. Aerodynamically speaking, there's like a lot of drag right behind the car, and maybe that's going to be used to kind of like reduce that back pressure. It still functions as an exhaust, but there's some valving in there that goes on. So maybe there's a kind of like a good neighbor mode, or maybe like a party mode or something like that. So anyway, YouTubers are going to be doing their YouTube things. Again, we're behind the Core Edition. So if you guys have any questions, ask me right now. Ask away. I'm reading your comments. Please don't say mean things. But anyway, if you have any questions, ask them right now, because I'm literally standing right behind these 2 cars. So anything you want to know, except for price, because no one knows that. Toyota knows that, but no one else knows it. Horsepower figures have been thrown around a lot. 300 horsepower and 273 pound-feet of torque. All-wheel drive. Torsen limited slip differential for front and rear axles. Can you show the same angle for the Circuit Edition? Absolutely, Rad, you got it. I'm going to walk over there right now. And pardon the poor connection because people came Wi-Fi. Here we go. Rear 3/4. I mean, just take a look at how wide those fenders are. This thing juts out like a mile long. I mean, just take a look at that thing. I think this needs like some markers or something like that, just so, because it's a very wide back. Absolutely, it is so good looking, man. I mean, this thing is nuts. Just look at the wing. forged carbon? You got it, Rad, no problem. And thank you for asking. But yeah, look at how busy this whole thing is. So Mike just asked, coming in late, so does this have a G6? No, it does doing something over there. So I'm going to walk over there and see what's going on. There's something's over here. We'll go around the side, guys.
One car there, right?
I mean, it's real, let's be honest, they essentially made like the perfect car for you in Norway. When you look at the GR Corolla, is that the first thought like, I can't wait to get one home?
Absolutely. I didn't get to see what kind of
Rutledge Wood, Frederick Cosgrove, and Ryan Tuck.
I would love to take one of these into the snow. Maybe very unexpected or something like that.
Oh, there we go. Now, before we let you go, I know being a part of the GR program, especially the Supra, is such a big deal for you and something obviously that you've really championed very well. What's new for you this year? Kind of what are your expectations and hopes for the year?
So we had a great season last year. We won the championship, but we know that this year is going to be tougher. We have a lot of guys coming out with new equipment. Ken's coming out with the GR86, Jonathan out there with the GR86, Ryan with the Corolla, and everyone else. So we're just out there to try to get better. Still lots to learn. And we'll be on track to Long Beach this weekend, looking for another win. So crossing my fingers right now.
Let's give a round of applause for Frederick Cosgrove, everybody. Ryan Turk, I know that must be difficult to watch a friend drive your pro car in, but hey, congratulations, it's been wrapped up. Now you get to unveil it, what do you think?
So I only saw this car like an hour ago with the camo taken off of it, and amazing, man. I'm stunned. I'm so lucky to be able to drive and compete in this amazing machine. And massive thanks to Toyota, the GR team, and Papa Rockets Racing for giving me an unbelievable car and chassis to compete with.
You know what's funny, and I know Steph is here, but like when you realize that Frederick's talking about the season he has to beat all VRLs, like Steph is the Rick Hendrick, he's the Joe Gibbs, he's the thing, like he's all of these things for drift.
So while they're talking about that, I'm gonna walk back over to the cars because we're here for the cars.
It's got a back seat, you guys have a new baby. Is this like the ultimate daily
But that is a pretty cool car. That's Ryan Turk's car. This massive rig right here. But anyway. Joe Rady Villages, Joe Rady things. This is a behind the scenes look. Anyway. Well, look at all the YouTubers in this car. So I got another question. Rad says, one more ask. Can you show the seats on the Circuit Edition? I'm big on comfy OEM sporty seats like the FRS GR86. Yeah, let's take a look back. It's comfy. I would say it's like, I mean, this is pretty cushy. Here we're looking at the seats on the Circuit Edition. And this thing is chunky. So if you're kind of a wide person, yeah, just watch out. What the 0 to 60 times are? That's a good question. And I'm guessing this is going to be just under 3,000 pounds. So I would compare it to other cars, maybe not under 3,000 pounds, maybe around 3,200 pounds. But I would compare it to other cars with those figures. It's probably going to return the same. Hey, you're welcome, Rad. Thank you so much, man. So I got a feeling maybe 5. That's what I'm thinking. Hey, Dave, what's going on, man? That's Dave Patterson right there, that dude in blue. I can't see it. Anyway, just want to see the engine bay. All right, Nibble Pandem. Oh wow, that is. I'm not going to say that name, but let's pop open the hood and see if we can do that. Now, there's really no difference between the two. Although the Circuit Edition is going to have those extra vents on there. But let's see if we can pop open this hood. Sorry about that. You're good, you're good. Looked like you were going to run to the door. So let's take a look at this. There might be a hood latch. We'll see. There is. I'm going to put this over here so I can do the latch. Here we go. All right, so we've got the 3-cylinder 1.6 liter turbo here. Massive engine cover. We've got the GR badge. Massive air intake. Fuse box. And we've got the turbo there that's integrated with the exhaust manifold. So pretty interesting to see what the modding situation is going to be like. There's the transmission. So lots of stuff going on here. But yeah, that is the engine bay of the GR Corolla. Got some red on there too, so you know it's fast. If you guys have any other questions, let me know, because I am right here standing in front of the car. And you know what? Let's have a seat in the Sport version. Turn lights off. Let's turn the lights off. We're on auto. So this has the fully digital instrument cluster. The car is off currently, but seating position, not too bad. We've got 3 pedals down there. So for your heel and toe, that pedal is like pretty buried in there. So it'll be pretty interesting to see how easy that is. Then you've got your dead pedal over here. You've got some extra buttons. So auto high beam, the trip reset, heated steering wheel, traction control off, and you get zapped by something. And then over here, we've got the steering wheel buttons. Here's your cruise control stuff. So this comes with the Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, so that means that it's pretty safe. It's got like that radar adaptive cruise control. It's got, I think it's got blind spot monitoring system, and it's got a bunch of other things. But let's move on to the more exciting stuff. This is a 6-speed manual transmission. It's only available as a manual transmission car. This is the Core Edition, so it doesn't have the special signature of Morizo, that's Akio Toyota. And also, room if you're 6'2", Josh asks. You know what? I'm 5'8", so I can't really speak to that. But I have plenty of space right now. This is a compact car, so it's going to be. So here, let's talk about the torque split for a second. So with this button, you can actually change the torque distribution between the front and the rear axle. So under normal driving, you could do a 60-40 torque split. So 60% of the torque going to the front wheels. So that's for everyday driving. But then you could switch it over to 50-50, and that's more for like a balance or like anytime you're going on track. And then the split, so 70% of the torque going to the rear. So that's how those drifters were able to put the tire marks on the ground, because they had it in drift mode. So anyway, that's how you do that. And aside from that, standard infotainment system. The rest of this looks like a Corolla, and you've got the GR badging there to know that this is the special version. And I will say that the bolsters on this guy isn't as thick as the Circuit Edition, so that's interesting to see. Anyway, let's step out. If you guys have any other questions, please let me know, because if you don't, I may just end the live stream right now. But anyway, guys, I really want to thank you guys for all the different questions that you have. This has been a pretty amazing event. It's I feel very lucky to be here to kind of like preview these cars for you guys, answer your questions. Can I sit in the rear seats? Okay, you know what? Let's do this. So, and the real way of doing this test is first you have to sit in the front seat, and you kind of have to adjust the seating so that it's comfortable for you. So I'm gonna move this a little bit forward, where it's about right there, and then I'm gonna sit in the back. So I'm 5'8". This is actually pretty decent. Not a bad amount of space, but if you are taller, you know, it's going to be a little bit more cramped.
On this side, on this side.
So anyway, let's take a look at these cars from a distance. And you can see a lot of the content creators making their stuff right now. Any more questions? All right, guys. Well, you know what? Wow, this has been an awesome experience. Just to summarize to everyone, GR Corolla pricing, we don't really know. The red one, that's going to come out later this year. So that's the core edition. It still has the 1.6 liter turbocharged engine, 3-cylinder, making 300 horsepower and 200. It's got the all-wheel drive system that they call the GR4. And then later on, we're going to have the Circuit edition, and that has more visual bits. It's got the forged carbon roof, big wing on the back, it's got the hood vents up front. So, yeah, that's coming out in 2023. Pricing, we don't really know. Give me some of your guesses. But yeah, that's it, guys. I want to thank you so much for watching all the way to this point. And thank you so much for your questions. And just remember, I'm going to go live again tomorrow for about 10 minutes, because other than that, I'm going to do filming for the actual YouTube video. So I do have like a 30-minute time slot with these cars tomorrow at the studio. So until then, make sure to check out the YouTube channel, because I made a video already. It's up there right now. Shipping Man's YouTube channel. It's what you want to know about the 2023 Toyota GR Corolla. So everything you want to know, it's in that video, except for pricing. But anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I'll see you maybe tomorrow. Peace.